I'm Zwano and I'm Team Communications Manager and Facilitator at Curate South Africa. We're here in Curro Sagewood with Kristin Singh and Tabo X from YFM to talk about her journey as a matric student in Curro as well as her career endeavors. All this is to inspire you guys, her fellow peers, about what it's like in the future. Let's get straight into it.
Hey Kristin, thanks for letting us come to your school.
Hey, welcome over.
So let's jump right into it. Can you describe yourself in 3 words?
Fun, loving, and loyal.
Do you feel older or younger than your age?
Definitely older.
Why?
Because I feel like the experiences I've been through in my life, running a business, getting prepared for prelims and finals, plus my modeling work, it probably takes a toll on you. I don't think kids my age have gone through the same thing.
So how do you cope with the pressure?
I talk to my mom. If something is bothering me or if I'm having anxiety, I definitely go to her.
And where's your favorite space to hang out at school?
My bench.
What are the day-to-day things that really make you feel good?
Watching Formula 1, skincare, and reading.
Do you find yourself doing them as often as you'd like to?
No, I don't. With the amount of schoolwork I have preparing for prelims, finals, running LSD, it's a lot of work and not enough time.
If there were a way that you would be able to download your memories into a searchable spreadsheet, would you do it?
Definitely, I'd want to relive them.
What drew you to the drama department?
The vibe and the energy that it gave off.
What type of child were you?
A curious one.
Do you think that's what led you to your career?
Definitely. My mom always taught us to ask why, and she always taught us that it's okay to not go the traditional way of doing things, and I think it definitely led me into modeling.
Tell me about the culture of your school.
They're very welcoming, very loving, very friendly and helpful. What they love to do is help us as students persevere, whether it's in academics, culture, or sports, which is something that I think is so important for students to have in their schooling environment.
What book has had the most significant impact on your life so far?
Definitely Donkerweb, which is actually my grade 12 prescribed reading. It taught me that life can change in a blink of an eye and that I should take advantage of every opportunity that comes my way. Well, welcome to Curro. This is our beautiful school, our Sagewood campus.
What's your fondest memory of high school so far?
Definitely my matric dance.
Did you always know you'd be traveling the world and inspiring others?
I didn't. I mean, if you had to ask me 2 years ago if I'd be doing this, I'd look at you like you were crazy.
What does your school day schedule look like?
It's a pretty basic day. I wake up, get ready for school, I come to classes, and then I'm on my way home at 3:45.
Right, Kristin, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. I wanted to know from you, right? You've been inspiring so many young people, right? Especially at school. So what is your biggest motivation in general, just for you? What is your biggest motivation that you look at and you say, yes, I'm doing this for me or for anyone else in my family? What is that all about?
For me, my biggest motivation is definitely my family and my teachers. They really push me to do better. They really push me to be involved in stuff. And definitely I'm doing it for myself. I have to do it for myself. Because if you're not going to empower yourself, who's going to empower you?
No, I totally agree with that. And looking at, everything that you're doing right now, right? How did you say you got scouted? How did that happen? I want to know all about that.
So I basically started off in 2019 when I did a local pageant. And then I represented the country in Miss Teen World for 2019. And I brought home the title. And from there, COVID hit, I took a bit of a break. Then I actually got back into modeling towards the end of last year. I did the IATS audition and I got scouted by LCB Lawrence.
Okay.
And from there, I went on for Milan Fashion Week, London Fashion Week. I'm heading off to Dubai next month.
Right.
So I feel like that's how my journey started.
Looking at all of that, it seems that you've just been experiencing so much, right? So what is the runway like? When you're in the runway and you're just like doing what you're doing, what is that like? Tell us about that particular experience.
For me personally, I think that it felt unreal. Being there, everyone's touching your hair, everyone's doing your makeup, but it's a wonderful experience. I personally think that anybody who's going into modeling should really look at doing runway.
Okay, I think that's interesting. I think I want to go into runway as well, right after you just told me that. But looking at all of that, right, you're almost towards the end of the year. The year is almost over.
Yeah.
And what is the biggest, I think, what is the biggest thing you could say to all your peers that are about to finish the year? You're about to finish the year, they're also going to finish the year. What would you say is that good luck to them?
Well, for now, personally, my peers, good luck with matric exams. We're starting prelims in a few weeks. We're going into finals. So definitely study hard, get everything ready. manage your time. I feel like that's a big thing. Even in modeling, they always teach you something, managing your time. So making sure that even though I'm doing all this extra stuff, make sure to get your academics in place, because at the end of the day, it's our last stretch. We're almost done. After this, we're all going our different ways, and just to enjoy the last few months we have left of matric.
Okay, so looking at all of that, right? Everything that you've just said.
Yeah.
You've been balancing this, you've been balancing school, you've been balancing business. How do you do all of that? I think at your age, I was not doing that at all. The first thing I was thinking about was, wow, my prelims are coming, I'm very stressed out. And you're just so prepared for everything. So how are you balancing everything?
So in all honesty, our business, LSD Events Management, our founder and CEO, Kristin Singh, is so helpful in terms of that. He doesn't put too much pressure on me in terms of my academics and getting business work done. So if he knows I have to study, he knows I have to study. In terms of my modeling, my team is so supportive. They understand that my academics come first. So they try and schedule things to try and work out with one another.
Great, all right. Right, so we've got the Women Empowerment Pageant that's coming around soon, right? And you have this really cool blog called Life Unedited with Kristin Singh, right? So I want you to tell me all about that. What is it all about?
So the blog is actually there to help girls that are getting into the industry. Unfortunately, I can't help the guys because I don't know from their perspective.
I'm so sad right now.
But it's basically to help the girls that are getting into the industry understand things better. Because you know, when you're coming into the industry, you feel like, oh, it's going to be like this. It's all glitz and glamour and cameras and this and that. And I feel like they don't understand the work that's actually behind a lot of that. I mean, like, you know, before you walk on that runway, there's so much of stuff that is going on behind stage that I feel like a lot of people don't see. And it's good to have someone that you can turn to and be like, okay, I don't understand how this works. Can you explain it to me?
Okay.
And that's why I started Life Unedited.
That's actually quite cool. And as someone who has shown your potential so far, right, at this young age,
Yeah.
what is the biggest advice you give to someone much younger than you, or even people who are your peers, in terms of their potential and how to unlock that particular potential?
To be honest, I think it's all about getting into the industry initially, but finding the right agency. Because you know, there's a lot of people out there. Unfortunately, it is the reality we live in. There's scammers, there's this, there's that. There's a lot of things that cannot be safe for younger females and younger males going into the industry. So I think definitely vetting where you're going and where you're working, it's a very big, a very important thing that people don't do. And I've seen it firsthand. You know, one of my peers actually went through a similar situation, and I feel like for that, you need someone to double check everything with you. And you know, unlocking your potential, it comes from within you. It has to be something that you want to do. If someone is forcing you to do something, you're not going to be happy, you're not going to feel comfortable doing it. So it's definitely about getting in the right mindset and making sure that you're happy in what you're doing.
You have such powerful words. I feel so inspired myself right now. And I'm not even a younger person like that anymore, right? But looking at your future, looking at everything in the future in general, right? What are your future goals? Because so far you've set such a big goal.
Yeah.
So what is the horizon, the bigger picture that's about to come for you?
So unfortunately in the modeling industry, it's hard to set goals in that because you know, anything can turn around and anything can happen. So right now, actually, the Dubai trip I was telling you guys about earlier, I'm actually meeting with a few agents overseas to get placement there.
Okay.
We are planning on moving out of the country in about 2 to 3 years as well. So right now, my goal is to get out of the country and to start working.
Right, so I wanted to know, right, how do you stay focused on your goals without being sidetracked or burning out?
Definitely having a good support system. My mom, my brother, everybody's really involved in my career, which is really good because if I go off for a few days even, there's someone there to help me get back on track.
All right, that's quite cool. And just the last question I wanted to ask, right? So after matric,
Yeah.
what are your goals, right? Looking at the bigger horizon, what are you looking towards?
So obviously in modeling, you know, there's no for sure, there's no certainty in it. So obviously I'm looking at maybe 2 to 3 years. So my goal for that would definitely be to help put South Africa back on the map, help our models get out there, help our actors get out there, because I feel like there's a stereotype around the South African talent, and my main aim is to help get our talent out there.
All right, Kristin, thank you so much for speaking to us, and good luck on your journey, right? May you prosper, and you're going to succeed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi, Grace, how are you?
Hello, Tabor. I'm good, how are you?
I'm all right, thanks. I wanted to know, what would you say about the staff here at Curo Sagewood?
Very unique. It's a unique bunch of people that really comes together to work and collaborate for the better of the students. At the end of the day, the students are the top priority. So we always try and create an inclusive environment where they flourish and where they shine. So that's what I enjoy about working here.
In fact, I've got a very interesting question, right? What makes a very good school day?
I want to say when the kids catch my jokes, because I have a very dry sense of humor.
Yeah.
But when I see them coming to life, when I see them understanding a question, and I must say when they sing to Hamilton, so yeah.
What can you best describe Kristin Singh as?
Such a go-getter. She's such a go-getter. I've enjoyed all the moments of, oh, ma'am, I need to tell you something. Telling me all the things that's been happening, her asking for advice on blocking, asking for advice about pieces. It's so good to see the growth over the past year and a half, and to really see how she's stepping into her own. I'm most excited for what's ahead and what's to come, and where she'll be in 5 years from now.
Principal Tutoy, I wanted to ask, what is the hardest thing about being a principal?
You know, Thabo, to see talent go wasted. We've got such awesome young kids with so much talent, with so much to give, and they're not applying themselves, not going out of their comfort zone, not really going that extra mile. Some of the kids got that too. They've got to be served, they've got to be treated. They have to have everything. We're the guys that make success, the guys that get up and do it. And that's what we try and teach our kids, whether it's in the class, whether it's on the sport fields, whether it's on the passion they drive outside. They just need to get up and do it and find something that makes them tick. That's important for them.
I love that answer so much that I wanted to know, how important is it for schools such as Kuro, right, to go out and support Kristin Singh in everything that she wants to do?
I think I just spoke to what's important is the fact that she is that person driving. She is the one not looking for excuses. She's looking for where there is a problem, she gets solution. She'll come to my office and say, sir, this is a problem, but I've got a solution. I say, man, that is what makes it different. She's enthusiastic about what she does, not just outside of the school, but in the school, as part of the prefect group, as part of the culture club. She's really, where she's involved, she gives 120%, and that makes a huge difference. And the learners see that, and they try to emulate it, and that's why she's a brilliant example for my youngest students at the school as well.
Thank you so much, Principal Tutoy.
Double, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Who is your closest friend?
Well, to quote Fast and Furious, I don't have friends, I have family.
Do you have a favorite teacher and why?
I actually have two favorite teachers. My Afrikaans teacher, Ms. van der Westhuizen, and my life science teacher, Mr. Nyati. I feel like they just make the class so much more interactive. They make it fun. They make you want to actually be in class, and they give off a very calm aura, which I think is very important for students.
What is your worst habit and what is keeping you from dropping it?
Oh, my worst habit, probably time management. And I think what's keeping me from getting away from it is procrastination. You know, that is the one thing I think everybody can agree with. Procrastination is such a killer.
What superpower would you choose if you were given the ability to develop one superpower?
Definitely invisibility. I want to know what people are saying when I'm not in the room. Okay, you know what, guys? Come on, let me show you a bit more of our school.
Lightning takes its time. It lingers in the night and wakes the darkest skies without a warning.
What are your top 3 favorite countries to visit?
Definitely Hong Kong, Thailand for sure. I love that place, and probably New York.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
My mother.
What is your favorite meal?
Crab curry. My mother makes the best crab curry. What's that thing called? Those muscular guys that compete?
Bodybuilder.
Yeah, should be a bodybuilder.
What type of work environment do you work best in?
Definitely one where there's other people involved. I love to bounce ideas off of people, and I love to interact with people, especially when it comes to studying or working.
Is your drama class like that?
Definitely. My drama teacher, Ms. Grace Peterson, she makes sure that we have a safe environment to work in. She makes sure that we're all involved in the discussion, because I feel like it also helps us learn more.
What is your favorite funny story to tell people?
Definitely the one where when I was in Turkey, I walked straight into a pole despite seeing the pole being there. I don't know if I took my eyes off it for a second or what happened, but I walked straight into the pole.
What talent do you have that no one knows about?
I can actually sing, but I don't do it often, and I don't do it as much as I used to before. But I think that's a talent that a lot of people didn't know I had.
Last question. What would younger Kristin tell older Kristin?
Definitely that, you know, despite all of the challenges that we have, we're going to make it through it, and everything is going to be okay.
You're at a point in your life where a lot has to be done. We need to look at our habits. It's like mathematics. You can't just study it, you need to practice it. This creates an autopilot action in your brain that helps you to be consistent and achieve those great results. When we're filled with so much anxiety and stress, it's harder to be productive, and it creeps in fear. This is why you need to ask yourself the right questions. What am I doing to reduce this fear and anxiety? Am I sleeping early? Am I sleeping late? Am I staying in bed all night looking at TikToks? Is that productive? No, it's not. You need to ask yourself the right questions so that you can push yourself towards being productive. Let's reduce stress and anxiety so that we can be more productive for these upcoming prelims and final exams, so that you can achieve the results you really want and be mighty great.